mission is to close, and you got LeBron James here who needs to be taught how to become a killer? Is there a better teacher than the Black Mamba? The Black Mamba?
Inbound, Reeves. Wow. LeBron's going to get it away. And he's going to take a bounce now. Game's over. Detroit wins it. All of the defensive pressure they've been applying, and they end up letting LeBron get that good of a look.
I will take LeBron James all day, every day, and twice on Sundays for the first 46 minutes. But with the game on the line, it's a whole bunch of players that I would take ahead of LeBron James.
Inbound, Reeves. Wow. LeBron's going to get it away. And he's going to take a bounce now. Game's over. Detroit wins it. All of the defensive pressure they've been applying, and they end up letting LeBron get that good of a look.
I have religiously stated for the first 46 minutes, I'll take LeBron James over almost anybody in the world all time, with the exception of maybe Jordan, and even that is a maybe. The problem is that when you get to that money time, that clutch, where you sit up there and everything breaks down, and you grab the ball and you say, here, take me to the promised land. LeBron is not somebody that's going to be on that list.
Inbound, Reeves. Wow. LeBron's going to get it away. And he's going to take a bounce now. Game's over. Detroit wins it. All of the defensive pressure they've been applying, and they end up letting LeBron get that good of a look.
Welcome back to my channel, sports fans. Okay, let's get into this one right here. That's right, he Lebricked it. Last night against the Pistons, LeBron tried to be a last-minute hero and Lebricked it. And we'll talk about that in 1 minute. But first, let's talk about this. We see that LeBron James walked off the court in disgust with his head down after he Lebricked it. Now, I didn't get to see the post-game interview or whatever, but you guys tell me what he said. And if I'm right, he might have used him walking out, AD not getting that foul call for him walking out and not shaking hands. Now, he ain't got to shake hands. It's not a playoff game or, a finals game where somebody won a series or nothing like that. But Detroit did win the season series. And if LeBron James would have beat Detroit, especially if he would have hit that game-winning shot, he would have been dapping these dudes up. How's your mama doing? How's your daddy doing? How's your cousin doing? What's going on with your kids? How you living? All this stuff, right? He would have been happy, right? Whether he won, whether he just, they just beat him, or if he hit the game-winning shot. Boy, if that guy would have hit the game-winning shot, he would have been trolling. He would have been going crazy and flexing all over Detroit. That's how it is, folks. And you heard the announcers. No, let me get to this first. Let me finish what I was going to say. But I'm thinking his excuse was for walking off the floor that AD did not get that call. So they went back and reviewed it. And clearly, you could see they did not foul AD. Of course, LeBron James did not get the ball in going to the basket right then and there because he didn't want to go to the free throw line. Right? If AD goes to the free throw line, the blame is on AD. So they gave it to AD, and clearly AD wasn't fouled. So what the referees try to do, they try to cheat, guys. They try to cheat to get AD on the line. This is what these refs do. They cheat, and that's why I keep trying to tell you, these aren't real refs. So what happens now? Detroit, really with nothing to lose, man. They're probably not going to make the playoffs. They're a bottom-feeding team, whatever. They challenge. Because, probably somebody saw it on the replay monitor. This guy didn't get fouled. But I wasn't there. But you know how AD does. He probably screaming like a little woman when he goes up. That's what these players do. And to do it in front of a fan base like that, it's just the most disgraceful thing a grown man can do is scream like a woman. In a game of basketball that men are supposed to be playing. Now, if you do get, if you really do get hit, like you be like, oh, like that, but scream. This is what these guys do. So again, they go back and they look at the monitor, because this is what this is the new thing right here now. These refs aren't real refs, and now their word ain't bond. In the 80s, 90s, 70s, 60s, early 2000s, this is what the ref called. Now, the ref wasn't perfect, but because these guys don't call travel, how come we can't go back and look at this? When these guys travel and carry, you ever seen, and I've seen this on the challenge. When they go look at the replay, they say, oh, such and such did travel, or he did carry, but that's not part of the play. What? So you traveled and carried before you got fouled, or you took too many steps before you got fouled, but it's not part of the play. This is ridiculous, folks. You should be able to challenge all that. Travel, carry, too many steps, not just a foul. And the reason why they don't do that, because these aren't real refs. They don't call travel and carry. Go look at some old school games. They're going to call this all game. Don't matter if you're a superstar. Nobody's perfect, folks. And they don't call this stuff because it will expose these guys in this era as being these great players. And it will also expose, like I've been saying, how do these guys make this kind of money and they don't even know how to do what children know how to do? How do these guys make all this money and they don't even know can't even do what children know how to do, which is not travel, not carry, not take too many steps, not put the hand underneath the ball all game. They don't even know how to do that. But the NBA will give these guys record-breaking contracts. They really ain't told you what for. The whole nonsense of, man, you're counting another man money. They deserve it because the owners make this kind of money. No, the owners only make this kind of money because they're giving the players this kind of money. Right? So the owners want to give these players this money, so you're going to pay more for tickets, merch, food, liquor, parking, alcohol. That's why I always say, look, man, it's two things you can go with, and you're still stealing. My thing is, I don't think these players make this kind of money. We'll get back to the game in a minute. I don't talk like everybody else. I don't talk like that. You want to go to somebody else's channel and hear them talk about the same thing that happened in the game over and over again when you go to somebody else's channel, go ahead. That's fine. They got good material, but this is why this channel isn't monetized, because we can talk about the reality of everything. Yes, LeBron James missed a game tying shot, but what else? We could say he sucks. We could say this happens over and over again. We could say a lot of stuff, but everybody's saying the same thing. And we'll get to that in a second, and we'll get deeper into that. But either way you go, whatever you want to believe, they're stealing from the fan base, literally. And I'll tell you why. I don't believe these players make this kind of money. And for a while, I don't believe it, because when they retire with their tens of millions and hundreds of millions, they got to go back to work, folks. They got to put on makeup, read from the teleprompter, scripts, go DJ, go coach, get podcast, do podcasting during the NBA season. Guys that's supposed to get $100 million contracts for the second and third time, they have to go podcast. This is something we couldn't even wrap our heads around. It would just be like hitting the lottery for us to have $1 million, $2 million, $5 million, $50 million, $100 million. And you always say, man, if I ever got that money, man, I would retire, man. I won't work no more. Well, guess what? These guys got to go back to work for some reason. Oh boy. And then you had the dummies that make up excuses, right? Because this is what we tell our kids when they're young. At a certain age, we're like, you got to grow up. You got to stop doing this stuff and stop, believing in fairy tales or, not doing this right. You got to grow up. And that's what adults don't do. They don't grow up. Right? So here come your adults making up excuses. Well, man, maybe that's what they want to do, man. This is crazy stuff, man. You don't have to do none of that stuff. You retire. Let's just say you retire with $100,000, hundreds of thousands in the bank. About time your retirement's coming, you done worked all your life, your cars are paid off, your house paid off, you get 401k, pension, Social Security. And then just for some unknown reason, you have to go back to work, folks. Not you lost all this stuff that's coming in and everything that's paid off. It's just you get up and start working. And not just you as okay, well, maybe he likes to work. All these dudes They got to go back to work. They got to fight for a job. Remember Perk on ESPN said, oh, man, I ain't going to lay down for LeBron. Remember when LeBron was beefing? I don't care what he say, man. I got to say what I got to say to keep my job. Ain't nobody taking my job. This guy almost made $100 million in his, I think he made like 70 or 65 in his career. How much more could ESPN really pay this guy? To sit up on a desk and lie. He's not, I could understand if you was talking about Stephen A. Smith, the money he's making, if he's making that kind of money. I just don't see how. They don't fire everybody. That was good at ESPN. Yes, you want to keep somebody good, but how much money can you really pay him if nobody's watching that crap? So, or the other option is, you are paying these guys these record-breaking contracts. Okay, there's nothing to validate or justify why you would even do that. Nothing. The ratings have gone down 50% since the 2000s. They don't show up to work. They're always hurt, but supposed to be the biggest, fastest, strongest athletes of all time. They don't play defense. They really don't play any style of basketball but the same pick and pop and shoot from the outside. They're not competitive. Nobody is watching this garbage. So let's say you're giving these guys these record. Nobody knows where you're getting this money from, but just say you're getting these record-breaking contracts. Well, these guys are from the owner. So you can charge more for merch, parking, alcohol, popcorn, liquor, whatever. So you're basically stealing from the fans again. Because you're rewarding these guys for something that they're not doing. Which is being competitive, coming to work, not get injured as much. Everything. So either way, you're stealing from the fans. That's what this NBA is doing. Stealing from the fans. And let me get back into this. This is all I can say is it's about time this thing came to a head, that this NBA is dying. But you couldn't play people like that back in the 90s, the 80s. They would have walked away from this a long time ago. So that, to me, that's probably was his excuse, that AD got fouled. But clearly the ref came back and said, dude, he didn't get fouled. So LeBron James is clearly with his hands up in the air, pouting and crying. How does he act with his wife, when they're not in public? If he acts like an emotional female on the court in public in front of everybody, just imagine how this guy acts behind closed doors with his wife. Could you imagine a grown man acting like this in front of all these people watching on TV, in the arena, night in and night out? You could just only imagine how he acts with his wife. Clearly, he acts more feminine than her. So the referee is like, look, I try to cheat, but Detroit, with really nothing to play for, I guess they got to play for something. They're supposed to be getting all this money, right? That's what the LeBron and what his thing is. He's out here stealing money and telling the fans, even though I'm not playing defense, I'm not being competitive, I cry all day. I went to the Olympics and won gold with AD, even though we're injury prone and we're old. We're just here to entertain you. We're not here to win. They're not. It's a slap in the Lakers fans' face that these guys are just there as, circus acts. They're not there to be a winning team or be a winner. And that's why they're getting paid supposedly the $50 million a year. For this, folks. For this. So again, the referee says, look, I try to cheat for you guys and get you on the line because this is what we do for the Lakers team, for a LeBron James team. And you're at home, and we don't want to make it look bad that you're about to get beat by the Pistons with a triple-double, folks, or triple-double, LeBron James. That's what he told the ref, basically told LeBron James. But when we went back and looked at the monitor, there's nothing we can do. They challenged it. Everybody can see it on the damn screen. Not only the screen we're looking at on the monitor, but the screen that was in the arena. What do you want me to do? And LeBron James still couldn't take it. They got the ball back. And guess what? This is why they're the Detroit Pistons. They went to go run out the clock. They didn't drive it to go get a foul. They shot a 3 and bricked it worse than LeBron James. They get the ball back, the Lakers. And somebody thought, or a lot of people probably thought, well, there's no way LeBron James is going to get this ball. But then again, there's some people that said, well, you know LeBron's going to get this ball. Either way, LeBron James did get the ball. And he was about 4 feet away from the three-point line, fading away. And he Lebricked it. He Lebricked it. Now, he doesn't like these shots. The only shots he likes is when it's a tie game and he misses it. It's cool. He don't like these shots. Shots to win the game or tie the game. He don't really like these shots. But the fact is, folks, he still got the shot. And the reason why he got the shot is if he hits it, all you're gonna hear is, yeah, this is why this guy is LeBron James. Nobody's greater than him. 40-year-old LeBron James. Unstoppable. Clutch LeBron James. The greatest clutch player of all time. Who's doing this at 40 years old? This is what LeBron James does. Right, as he flexed on the Pistons. That's what he'll be doing. Now, if he misses, and you heard what happened when he missed. LeBron missed the shot. That's it. That's it, folks. And you can hear the announcer say, the play-by-play guy say, they couldn't believe that something like they were clamping down on LeBron James all game. And they were surprised that they left him open that much to get that shot off. They said they couldn't believe it. Oh boy, they must be on the island by themselves, because a lot of people can believe that. That's what they wanted to do. They weren't worried about him. What you should have said is they were playing LeBron James close all game, but they left him open. You can't believe they left him open, or that wide open, and LeBron James missed the shot. That's what you should have been saying. But for some reason, the play-by-play guy seemed like he was, giving a smoke to Detroit, even though LeBron James missed. Do they know he missed, or do they think he hit? Because the way it sounds like is, can't believe they left LeBron James that wide open and he hit the shot. That's what it sounds like. These guys, I'm telling you, these play-by-play guys, they're so delusional. They really don't know what to say. Because what they really want to say, folks, is LeBron James should not have been the one taking that shot out of all people. Or LeBron James misses another one. I mean, we heard the beginning of the video. This guy is trash at taking the last shot. And you heard what Stephen A. Smith said in 2 different segments. I'll take LeBron James over anybody. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, twice on Sunday, all game. But when it comes down to the last shot, he ain't taking them. He ain't taking them, and that's what the triple-double today proved. That is meaningless, folks. Especially in this era, it's meaningless. You can do what you want to do if you want to do it in this era. If you don't want to do it, then you don't want to do it. But a triple-double in this era is easy to put up. Ask LeBron James. And it's been easy since he done came into the league pretty much. Or easier since the 210s, I can tell you that. He ain't that dude. He done missed over 100 game-winning or tying shots. That's crazy. Over 100 in his career, folks. That's nuts. Over 100. God. You know why that is, folks? It's because he's not a shooter. He never wanted to work on his game. In the fourth quarter, in those last 2 minutes or a minute or 5 seconds, he can't take the pressure. Because all game he's been barreling down the lane with a straight arm, doing dunks and layups. Dunks and layups. Meanwhile, the guys who aren't better than him, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Tracy McGrady, Allen Iverson, even Dwayne Wade. And I'm probably missing some. I don't want to go through everybody. Jerry West. I mean, we can go through a lot of guys. These guys were shooting outside the paint all game. So in clutch time, this is their game. Shooting from outside the paint. Or shooting free throws. Stop comparing LeBron James to all-time great shooters or guys that can play on every level, can shoot the three in the last seconds, or hit the mid-range in the last seconds, or shoot the free throws and get on the line. It's really starting to get ridiculous.